welcome to an update on my steam turbine project. Today I'm going to explain why I built a waste heat extraction system, how I built it, and how the project is moving along and what's next. If you've already seen my short video on the exhaust, there's a great heat loss at the exhaust with the exhaust blowing straight into the sky, and that's just wasted energy and wasted efficiency. So I built this extraction system out of a pipe and some copper tubing. It's placed at the top of the oven of the chamber, so it extracts most of the heat, and it's also a necessity because the steam doesn't fully turn into steam, or it's way slower because of the stainless steel tubing in the burning chamber itself, which is needed for the high heat. Because if you suddenly lose the water going through it, basically taking energy out of the pipes with the water is gone, and the copper pipes would probably melt. So I just made them all stainless. Then after that I will attach a valve system which lets me regulate the outputs, that they can go out of the stainless steel coil to the copper coil, or straight out, or straight to the turbine, which also has a pressure gauge for measuring the pressure. Next up, I'm going to show you how I built it. First, I started with 3D modeling the outer pipe, the shell, where the copper coil is then put in. The planning went smoothly, but then after, with our equipment at the workshop, we couldn't actually bend such a small radius, so I had to hammer it. That's why it's a little crooked, but I needed such a thin-walled pipe because it made it lighter, so cheaper. Of course, that's why the flange doesn't fit as well. That's where there's a big gap that I had to weld. Then comes the adapter that I welded straight to the oven, so I could just take it off when I wanted to, and it made it easier to transport. But this time I left it on for the transport. I borrowed my dad's car because he has a large fan for work. I just put it in there, took it home, and now it's 1 meter taller than before. It looks very funny in our garden, but I guess you will see that in a photo in the workshop. It's now around 2.5 meters tall with everything, and the feet were actually loose. They were just one screw holding them. I welded them so it doesn't wiggle as much. Why I picked stainless for the pipe too is so it doesn't rust like the rest of the oven, and we just had it around, and I like to work with it better than normal steel. Also, a little problem I encountered while testing the current setup with just a stainless steel coil is that the PVC pipe with the hose connector, just when I didn't put water through it for 10-20 seconds, it just basically blew off because of the backwards pressure the instantaneous steam created. So yeah, that's another thing. I have to install a back pressure regulator of some sort so it doesn't just cook my water pump, but that I have to also change some things too, because basically the pressure you put in is the pressure you get out, because it's not a closed system, it's an open one. So if you push water with 2 bar into the system, steam is going to come out at 2 bar. The actual steam turbine I ordered, I got it. I now noticed it doesn't fit too well because the metal 3D printing, because it basically behaves like a casted metal. It contracts when you cool it because of course it's hot while forming it, so it contracts. I had to grind for 4 hours and always check, and it still doesn't quite turn right. And now I basically also destroyed the bearing because it wouldn't come off the shaft. So now I ordered the rest of it to also mount the turbine to the oven. It will be at the bottom next to the air turbine, so it wouldn't get too hot. but also not too cold because the steam otherwise will condense inside it, and I don't have a solution for that except opening it up, and that would be very stupid when it runs. So basically, yeah, just have to have it not basically at 20 degrees but also not at 200, so that's where it will stay probably. And the next step would then be to connect everything together and see if it runs for the first time. I've already ordered the belts to connect the steam turbine and the air turbine. When I'm at that stage, I will probably do an update again on everything. And if that all runs smoothly, I will try to connect the generator and see if there's anything to get out of it. So anyways, thanks for watching, and may many great ideas cross your mind.